Hey guys, today we are going to talk about document object in our JavaScript. So as I already told you last time, we have window object and it has document object. And document object help us to work with our HTML and with our page. So it represents our content of our page, and we work with our page using this document. And the first thing that you should know, well, usually people show you document write method, like document write, which lets you to write some data to your page. For example, like b test b. Yeah, just like this. And as you see, content was replaced with this test. And if we will look to our HTML, as you see, there is a b. So it's like it used the b tag. If I run it again, it will add new data, as you see. So the first time it will replace everything, and after that we just adding some information. Okay, let's go next. Now we can get some information from our page. So for example, I can get document head. Head represents our head. It's well, as you see, it has script, and this is a small script, so this is like header. Yeah, I didn't use head tag here, but it's my mistake. I should use it. Never mind. And also you can get document body. Well, as you see, this is our body. Very simple. Also, we can make something like this. We can get any element. For example, I can get this element. I can get this div and make some changes with it. How can I do it? There is a lot of way. We will study all of them, but the main is by ID. So I can get by ID like this. And to do this, I can write var dv equal document get element by ID and dv. So just like this, I can get my element, but it will not work. So I can put, for example, my dv here, but it will not work. Why? Yeah, there is a bad syntax. Why it didn't work? It didn't work because we run the script, and only after that we run our HTML, and our body was parsed. Wait a second. It worked. It should not work. Yeah, like this. Well, as you see, it's null. Why is it so? Cause we run code before our body script. We can fix it like this, and as you see, now I have my div. But it's not the best way, cause we usually write script in our head. That's why we need to run this code after our page will be parsed. We can make it like this. We can get window, and it has method on load, where we can put function, and this function will be run after document will be load. So when everything will be parsed, and we will have some 3 element in memory, and of course on our screen. So after that you can use this method just like this. As you see, it works. Also, there is a lots of way to get elements from our page. So the first one is by ID, but also we can make it, for example, by tag, by name. If I would have some name here, I can use it. And here I can say get element by name. Only one small change, not element, elements, because really you can have lots of documents with same name but only one with ID. Well, of course I can add, let's make it like this. I can add the element with same ID twice and with same name, but let's make it like this. If I run, as you see, first console log give me just my element. So get element by ID it thinks that there is only one element. Well, and you should write your code so there would be one element, and it prints it's only one. But get elements it's end with s, so it means there could be a lot of them. For example, here we have two elements like this div and this div. To demonstrate you, I can change it like this, and you will see that dv and dv2 we find both of these elements. And also so this is like a collection of elements. So it has length, you can see length, like there is two elements. Also you can get any of this element, for example the first one. You can use just array notation. Also you can use it as just usual array. For example, you can set dv name for each, and here's some function that will run console log x, and it will console log everything. Well, it's a new way to write functions, as I already told you. Okay, so let's go further. Also you can take elements by tag name. And here I can say I want to find all divs. So here we will have all divs. And as you see, there is divs, all divs which was on our page. So length of this collection is 2. Yeah, there is a small difference because here we have collection node collections, and here we have HTML collection. What is the difference? Well, at the first you can't write for each, so it's not really array. As you see, I can't use it like this. And another one, for example, if I try to get here body, it will work, as you see. But if, let's say, I set name body, and here I will try to find my body, it should find like it should find it like a node, and this will be find as HTML collection. So if you're interested in what is the difference, Well, we can find it here. So nodes, well, it's person told what is the difference between node element and node type. Well, actually, if you read everything, you can see that difference between node and list and HTML collection is that while node list can contain any node type, the HTML collection is going to only to contain any node element. So there is any node type and any node element. Difference in node element and node type. Nodes in the DOM, everything is a node and every node is an object. The name node is used as generic term for everything. So yeah, you can put everything like there. And elements is one specific type of node. It can be a list item, a div, body, a window, whatever, but a specific type. Well, something like this. Okay, so let's go further. Also, we can search our elements using class name. For this, we can use elements by class name. And here we can use some class, for example, class equal, I don't know, CSS. So if we get two elements like this, here CSS, and here again HTML collection, which has two elements. So it finds our divs by class name. And nowadays there is couple more interesting ways to find everything. We can find it by selector. For example, document query selector, and here we can use any selector which our CSS use. So we can use CSS selectors. This is very powerful. So for example, we can say that we want to find div which has ID dv and var something like this, and we can console log cell. And here it is. So we find it by this CSS selector. Very easy. Also, we can find all query selector all. It will find all by some CSS selectors. For example, we can use our class like CLS. And again, node list. We have node list which contains two divs. So this is the most powerful way to find elements on our page, and you can use it. Okay, great. Let's go further. So also we can find elements like our document. It has all value, and all value it represents all elements, and we can use them like we can get lengths, we can get any of them like all, and I want to have dv, and it will return me a element which has id dv, and I can make it like this. Well, the same result, it will return value which has dv. Also, I can get my relative elements from this one. So for example, I have like dv element which I create here, and I can get for example dv parent element. So this is element which is parent. For dv it's body, because it's located in body. Also I can find the child elements. So for example, if I would have here, let's say div id child, I can ask dv, give me your child element. Child nodes. Yeah. So this is child nodes, and text is child node too. So it has div child, and it has two text. One of them it's like his, and what text do we have here? It's hard to explain why there is two text. There is before div we have text, and after this child div also we have like it thinks that there is some text, like just maybe some spaces or something like this. It thinks that there is some text, so that's why there is a three node list. Also, if I would have here two childs, something like this, and I say give me your first child, it will return first child as text, as you see. And also there is a last child, something like this, and there is a children. So this is HTML collection which has two elements of like child1 and child2. So if you want to get all divs in your element, you should use children. Also we have node name, which is div. So this is div, and yeah, of course. And div also has first element child, which is first element child, of course, as you see, and last element child. As you see, last, yeah, will be. So probably if you want to get these elements, you can use this value. Okay, let's go further. And of course you have child element count. So this is number of tags which it has. So here it's 2. It has 2. Also div has id, which is dv, as you know, and I can get any attributes. Get attributes, for example, name and some name. Yeah, we can get any attributes, name or whatever. And also you can set attribute. So I can set name, for example, new value. And if we get it again, we will have new value. Also, if you look at the HTML code, you will see that there is a new value, as you see. And let's go further. We can check if some element has attribute, like this, has attribute, name. Yeah, it has. And we can remove this attribute. And it don't have it anymore. We can check it like this, or we can go to our elements. And as you see, DV don't have anymore name. So, okay, let's go further. Also, as you probably know, in HTML5 there was added data attributes. So the main idea, for example, let's take this div. I want to add some new attribute. And what if I write attribute like my attr equal, let's say, true? The problem that any validator would say that this is a bad way, because there is no such attribute in HTML. So HTML5 decided this problem, like using your own attributes, like we can set that data and then some name. For example, I don't know, test. We can call it test. And after that, any HTML5 validator will set that this is correct. It's okay, you can use your own attributes. And to use these attributes in JavaScript, we can make it like this. We can get our, well, let's refresh our page, and we can get div dataset. And dataset returns all data attributes like this one, and here it is, as you see. And we can even get its name, well, like test true. As you see, we get value of. Also, our div has attributes, and here our attribute div. So it's like collection, I mean array of attributes. You can get any, like ID or name or data test, or any attribute can be get here. Well, as you see, I just can get ID, for example. Also, our div has inner HTML. HTML, as you see, it's HTML that in our element, and it has inner text. Inner text is just text which inside our element. Also, it has outer HTML. Well, it has outer text, but it will not change anything. But outer HTML, yeah, it shows the HTML including current element. So as you see, div dev, it's also prints here, and here only child nodes. Yeah. We can also change, like we can try to set div inner text equal hello, and as you see, we change it to hello. Now our element div has only hello. And if we try to write inner, and yeah, of course, if I try to make it like this, as you see, it don't parse any HTML tags. But if I use inner HTML, yeah, it will work. As you see, B is not printed, and it was parsed and used. Okay, let's go further. So, also we can create our own elements, like in runtime when our application running. We can do it very easily. I can just create some, for example, text node. I can write var text nd equal document create text node, and here some, yeah, like this, as you see, very easily. Then I can append this text to any div that I want. So for example, let's create one div like this, and here hello world, and I can take my div and append text nd, just like this. And in result, after hello world, I will have this some text, yeah, something like this. So I can put inside some element new text nodes. Also, I can create even some elements, like for example, I can create element, and I can create element b. So it will be b element, and to b I can append this text node. And to dv I can append b. So my text will be like bold. As you see, it's bolder than original text. So that's the way to create elements like b, div, span, any element as you want to. Also, I can clone elements. So for example, I can take, I don't know, let's call div id dv2 to clone I can get dv2 and I can say dv. Oh yeah, of course, I wanted to show you before clone that I can make it like this. So I can, just a second. Okay, so here is some text, and here we have some clone, some other element. If I try to make it like I get element and put it appended inside another element, as well, if you look now, they go one and the clone after it. Okay, if I rerun it, as you see, go clone, it doesn't clone, it just moved. It was after dv, but now it's inside. So when I run append, it just copied from HTML3 and appended inside inside our div. So this is not sometimes it's not wanted behavior, so we can just clone it. So I can like var clone, and here I can put clone, and now clone node. Clone node. Clone. Yeah. If you look at the element, there is still one, and yeah, here it was copied but without text, as you see. So dv2 was copied. but without any text. Yeah, so you additionally need to move text. And let's go further. We can delete this one, and we will talk a little bit about append. So I can create some text node. Let's call it first. And I can append first to my div. And I can create another one and call it, let's call it second. And I can append another one. Well, as you see, FF and SS was append, works perfectly in our HTML. And also I can use append child. Works the same. The difference is between that if I try to add some text here and here, yeah, there will be error because you can append child with text. So that's why we need to append elements. Okay, let's go further. Also, I can let's say div insert before, and here we can add some third. Third element, and then we can say after what we need to insert it. If I use null, it works just as append. As you see, TT works the same way. But if I say, could you please add it after first, I mean before first. Yeah, it will be add before first, as you see, just in the beginning. Yeah, works perfectly. Yeah, so that's the way to insert elements in specific place. Also, I can remove some elements. So, for example, I can say div remove element. Let's say third, and it will element remove child. Sorry, yes, of course. And as you see, it removes the third value, as you see. And we can not remove, we can replace it. So, for example, I can say replace child. I want to replace let's say second with third. So as you see, second was deleted and third was added, just like this, very easily. And also we can create fragments. Let me show you how to do it. I can create some var frag equal document create document fragment, and now I can add to this fragment. I can append, let's say first and second, let's remove errors in this, and then I can take my div and append frag So as you see, it works almost the same way. The basic idea of this fragment is just empty element which does not exist. It just you can put there anything that you want. So for example, you have some vision that you need to make this element after that element, so you can create something, and then this something you can append to the element, to the, well, whatever, whenever you need, and everything will be appended just as you same way as if you would make it like this. So it's just like just template or something like this. As you see, there is nothing between dv and the text nodes that we insert there. So no fragment was added, only data from this fragment was added. Okay, let's go further. Okay, our element, let's consider this element dv. It has boundaries, and we can also to see them okay, let's make it like this. Okay, let's take our dv, no, var b equal dv get bounding client rect console log dv, and oh no, console log b. So this is our boundaries. This is where our element located. Like it's like for 8 pixels from the left, so here is about 8 pixels from the top. Same way, it's high, it's width, everything about our element is here, so you can use this information to move your element. And now I want to talk to you about a little bit about scrolling, and we need some text, some lore ipsum. Lore ipsum is just some text. So like here, like this, and here we have text, and we can scroll it a little bit. And we have couple useful methods like scroll, and here we can say, for example, I want to scroll 0 to the right and down like 100 pixels, and it will scroll. Same will do scroll 2, same method. And I can scroll to 200, as you see. And our element dv, it has scroll into view, which will scroll to our element. As you see, it scrolled to the top where its element contains, and that's the way to scroll to the element. Well, of course, our element dv has some methods like offset height, offset width, like his high width offset, but no, doesn't matter. Better, let's go further. Further, let's speak about forms. Okay, let's create some form, like form. In form we can get some input type, let's say text. Here we can have some ID like txt, some value like, well, we don't put their value. And we can add some type, let's say button, and here button, and we will finish our form. Okay, here is our form. Well, let's add some value here. Just like this. Cool. And now I can get any form using document forms. So this is a list HTML collection which has all forms. For example, I can get the first one. Well, there is only one, but I can get it just like this. And I can get any information. For example, give me element with ID txt, and it will return my input. Or I can get element button. Yeah, it will return my button. Also, I can submit my form. Submit. And as you see, form was submitted. I can reset it. Well, use just as button was reset. For example, if I push this here and I run this method, it will reset all inputs to the default value, well, to the empty value, just like this. Also, I can get information about my inputs, like for example, if I take button, I can say what type is it. It's type button. And what form does it use? It uses this form. Does it have some name? No, it has no name, but usually you use names in forms. And what value does it have? And it has value press, as you see. And also you can add some methods. For example, document forms, and here I can set on submit equal, let's say, function console log test. And it will happen on submit form. So when form submitted, it will print for us form submit. Or we can say on reset set. It will run on reset. So for example, if I write something here and I try to reset my form like this, it will clean it, and also it will run my code from here. So I can add on submit and reset events functions to run when this event submitted. Okay, let's go further. Also, my document has very useful properties, like for example cookie. Well, you probably know what cookie is. Cookie is it contains information about us. So for example, if you go to your Facebook, you will enter their password, and after that, if you came again, there would be no password pressing. Well, you will not enter password again. Why? Because server remembers you and it puts some information about you in this cookie, some unique identifier. And when you will come again, it will see, oh yes, this is identifier of this guy, and this is him probably because he used same computer. So sometime it could be risk because someone can steal your cookies and use your identifier to set that this is I am. And that's why some sites, well, you go on them, they told you that here cookie we are using cookie. Are you agree with this or not? So you should press yes, I agree, and only after that you can using this site. So my cookies is empty, but it's really useful property. But let's go again. Let's go further. We have domain. Well, it's empty, but if you use, let's say here, domain will be lipsum.com. So this is domain. Or also you have last modified it when last this page was modified, and we have location. And as you see, this is our location, so it's our header line, so all information from here. Well, this is the same location that we use from window. And we have title. Well, I don't have no title, but if I try to document, document title, it will let me to see title of this page. And of course I can use URL, and as you see it use URL. And there is one cool property is referrer. Referrer means where we come from. So I came to this page from Google, so it's tell me from which page I came. This is really cool. And well, also I wanted to show you one small thing about document. Maybe you sometime will use it. So as you know, in HTML5 I can make element content editable, like content editable equal true. This means that I can edit this. And also I can select something and press Ctrl B, and text will be bold. And I can also select something and press Ctrl I, and text will be italic. So same I can do with my code. If some text is selected, I can say document query command enable. So can I do bold? And now let's use supported. Yes, in this browser I can use supported, and I can ask, is it enable? Yes, right now it's enabled, but if there would be no text selected, it will be false. Also you can get state of the command, like command state, and we can get value. As you see, it's false too. So it's mean state is it run? No, it's not run, it's false. What is value right now? It's also false. But okay, let's select something and let's exec this command. I can exec command bold, and it's make my text bolder, as you see. So the command bold, we can make some selected text bolder, or can make it italic. I mean, italic can make it italic. So there is also a lot of commands. You can Google that, but the main idea is that text which content editable and you select something, you can work with this text. You can make it bold, italic, or something like this. And that's probably all that I wanted to show you about our document. So as you see, it can do lots of things. It can manipulate our elements, it can remove them, adding them, insert before something, append after something. It can get elements by ID, by name, by tag, by class, or even using CSS notation. So you can do lots of things with your elements, and in further we will study more things that you can do with your elements. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.